Okay. Hello. Today is Thursday, November 14th. My name is Rita Ajit, and I'm here today with Faiqa Javed on behalf of the Houston Asian American Archive at Rice University. So, first of all, thank you again so much for being here. We're so excited to learn more about your story. And just to start, could you please state your full name and where and when you were born?
My name is Faiqa Javed, and I was born in Muzaffarabad, Azad Kashmir. It's a part of Pakistan on September 6, 1973.
Mm. And how would you describe the household that you grew up in?
Uh, Actually, I lost my parents at very early age. I was 5 years old when my father died, and when I was 15, my mother died. So I grew up with my uncles and aunts, extended family, and we have five siblings. So we were like um, 10, 15 people living together.
Did you live with your cousins as well?
Yes,
Mm. So would you say community played a big role then in your upbringing?
yes, that's true.
Mm. Mm.
Like my mother's side, aunt and uncles, they took care of us. And when my older brother, he got his job and he got married, so we moved with him and just stayed with him. Yeah,
Mm. That's really wonderful. I feel like the sense of like extended family and
yeah.
that sense of care in the community is very strong, especially in Asian families. So that's nice to hear. And then the actual neighborhood where you grew up, how would you describe that?
Yeah, it was a valley where we used to live. It's like small city, and it's like main center of the city, like very crowded. And like in our neighborhood, we have so many shops and different markets and homes all together. So it was pretty crowded.
Mhm. And what kind of holidays and traditions did you celebrate? Were they mostly like Pakistani holidays or maybe more
It's both
localized
actually.
holidays?
Yeah, it's both
Indian?
like for Kashmiri and
Mm,
also Pakistani. But like normally we celebrate like we are Muslims, so we celebrate Eid and Ramadan and
mm,
that kind of celebrations. So yeah.
mm. And how would you describe like Kashmiri culture as maybe separate from Pakistan and India, or would you say it's kind of
No, it's
coalesced with one?
different. It's
It's
different.
different.
We have a different language. Everything is different. Our culture is more like Afghan people. Yeah,
Mm,
so it's too much connected with each other, like
mm,
all the Kashmiri people. And our dress is different, language is different. So many things we are different, with other
mm.
like India or Pakistan.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about Kashmiri culture?
I will say food.
Mm,
We have a different food, so it's totally different from Pakistan and India. It's a different kind of cuisine.
mm,
So, and you already know about the shawls. Like we have
mm,
uh, different kind of wool shawls and embroidery shawls. They're warm and beautiful, and different kind of carpets and all those things. Yeah.
mm. So many elements of like this vibrant culture, it sounds like. Yeah. As a child, what did you like to do for fun?
As I told you, we have so many kids at home, like five siblings, and then my uncle's five kids. So we were 10 people at home, normally playing like my brothers were into cricket.
Mm,
So I used to play cricket with them, and we have different kind of games. If you know any of them, Ludo or like some traditional kind of things. But normally, we stay at home like girls and play inside. Boys normally go out and, play different outside things.
mm,
And, but like badminton and different games, hockey.
mm.
Yeah, we have so many players at home. So,
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, that makes for a better game. Yeah. And I'm curious with like you mentioned a little bit about how it's different between girls and boys. Like, were the expectations for education also different?
Yes, it
Mm,
was actually at that time. It was different. Now I will say that, things
mm.
are changed and people are like more open to these things. But in my family, like my grandmother, she migrated from Indian Kashmir to Pakistan. She opened first girls' school there. So for my family, it was really important. And but normally, like other families, it was not like that. Um, but now things are different, so it's a good thing.
Wow, that's really cool. How would you say that your grandma kind of influenced your family's perspectives on that then?
She actually did a lot for, all the city, and everybody loves her, and she loved her. She was very kind and very nice person. And she was, into, like, I am studying at this age, she was doing at the same time, like my age. She was doing masters, and she has to travel, from Kashmir to Punjab, Lahore, to give the
Mm,
exam. So she, used to go there, and I think she was very motivated. So we all are like that, I'm still
mm,
in school, so learning. I think it's in us, I feel like.
What was your favorite subject in school?
I will say biology, but
Mm.
in our schools we have biology and physics, chemistry all together, but I was not good at physics, so
Mhm.
then I changed my subjects to political science, psychology. So I feel like now I'm more um, political science.
Mm. Yeah, and did you pursue the same career path as like your parents or parental figures, or maybe
Uh,
your grandmother, or you kind of picked your own path to pursue?
Actually, we all did. Like my mother used to teach in the school with my grandma, and I did too when I did my bachelor's in Pakistan. I went to like teach small kids. But later, my mother was a banker because my father died very early age. So she just changed her because you don't get that much money in teaching. So and she had 5 kids. So she just started, banking, and she was the first woman banker in the town and in Kashmir. So Azad Kashmir. So I did not pursue, but my daughter, she is in investment banking. So I would say that she is doing that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. You have so many influential figures in your
Yeah.
family, and I can tell that thread of like the importance of education runs throughout, even if you're not pursuing
Yeah.
education as like the main career path. So that's really cool. And then besides, I guess, education and learning as very important things in your childhood, what were some other values? And that could be religious values or other kinds of values that were really emphasized to you by others.
Uh, I will say that we had like extended family, you have to respect each other and take care of each other. That I missed a lot when I came to America because I didn't have anyone here from my family. So, taking care of each other, giving them respect, and love each other, especially in difficult times, everyone help each other and motivate each other to do good things and all that.
Yeah, I think those are so important. And they especially come transmitted to us from like the role models in our lives.
Yeah.
So it sounds like maybe your grandma was one of your role models. Who would you say were other role models in your early life?
I will say my mom too,
Mhm.
because she was very hardworking woman and she took care of us when, my father died. She was just 29 at that time with 5 kids. So she had a very difficult life. And then she got sick and she had cancer, and she fought with that, like for 5 years. But she was going to office, doing her work, taking care of us, and always happy, exciting, like singing and dancing and enjoying her life. And she didn't show, she's in trouble or her life is difficult. So whenever I have something, I feel like, I'm not cope with, or, like sometimes it's difficult for me. I just remember her, and then I, feel like, my life is so easier than her. And she was always, smiling and making jokes and happier with, other family members. And I think her courage, I feel like that she is really my role model.
It's really beautiful the way that you describe her. She sounds like someone who puts love at the center of everything. Yeah. And then moving on a little to your later education. Um, so where did you go to college?
I did my high school from Kashmir, but I did my college in Pakistan, Islamabad.
Mhm.
Um, I did my bachelor's from there in psychology and political science. Then I got engaged, so I was like into going to university. So I did my mass communication master's, uh, like between my engagement and after my marriage, like 2 years. And then I came here and I went to community college for my prerequisite courses. Then I got in University of Houston, but Clear Lake, and I got pregnant too at that time with my third child. So I took few classes there, but they were in Sugarland. So then I moved my courses to Texas Southern University, and I did my master's in sociology there. And now I'm pursuing my master's in global affairs at Rice, and I'm in second year.
Wow, it's such a long history of, again, pursuing education to, as far as you can take it, which I think is really cool. But just to kind of rewind to the first move, like, what's the experience like from moving from Kashmir to Pakistan for you?
It was hard because, I told you we were like living together, many people, and in Kashmir, my brother was there and his family, and we all sibling together. So at first, it was like a difficult thing because we never stayed together like this, and it was hard for me culturally. Punjab, Pakistan was different, and making new friends and new things. I think it's hard to adjust, especially I'm really from small town. So living in a big town was a problem for me at that time. I never knew that I will be in Houston, that big city. So it was difficult.
Yeah, one of the biggest cities, yeah, to go from that. Yeah. And then in college, what were some like defining memories that you have?
In college, it was like settling down in new place, and then like new friends and everything. It was hard at first, and then I started enjoying, the life in small towns. They are just finished like after 5 p.m. So it was a big city, so we can go out. Like they have big markets, like different places to go. So then I have started enjoying that, and college was good too. It was a different experience. Everything was different. So uh, it was good.
Yeah. Did you have any mentors or people who kind of helped you navigate transitions when you
Uh,
were moving from place to place?
yes, actually, I always had very good friends,
Mhm.
and they were kind of mentor for me, as you know, that, because of my parents, they were not there. So I always needed someone, to uh, like uh, to console myself,
Mhm.
and I found, very nice friends. And I always, wherever I went, I had a best friend. So it was
Mhm.
joke in my family that, she has five best friends. Like sometimes, but I still have like that friendships. I still I'm connected with them, and they helped me a lot, in that difficult time.
Yeah. Would you say it's kind of like a sense of found family, like choosing family?
Sorry, can you ask again?
Like it's a sense of like finding family in
Yes,
new
that's
ways.
right. That's
Yeah, yeah. A very important support system for sure. And then when you moved to the US, what were some of the biggest shocks? Because it was already probably shocking, as you mentioned, like some of the differences for moving just to Pakistan itself, but then moving to the US, how was that transition?
It was a big transition actually. I got married and uh, after like my marriage, my husband came back and I stayed there for 2 years when I got my green card. So it was like very tough traveling alone that far. You wouldn't believe that, on the map, my cousin showed me this is Houston and this is Islamabad, and I was like, oh, it's not that far. Because I never thought that, it's that far. So it took me to, 24 hours to get here. So it was like, and it's to, like I'm from mountains, so it was a valley, Muzaffarabad, and Islamabad is also, it's a mountain city. But Houston was flat and totally different. And as we watch movies and all that, we see New York or California. So I was thinking about US, Houston is like, it's like that. But it was a shock for me. But now I feel blessed we came here because it was very, easy to take care of kids and you have your own community and all that. So it's a blessing now.
Yeah, I can imagine going from mountains to not even one hill in sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different. So did you move because your husband had moved before you or for another
He was
reason?
here actually. He came to do like his bachelor's here. So
Mm.
he came many years ago, and it's arranged marriage, as you know, in our cultures. We
Mm.
had arranged marriage. His parents were our neighbor, and then, but I came here alone. But he was living with his family here, his brothers and their wives and kids. So we lived together like 2 years, and then we all got separated because of the kids were coming and the family was getting bigger. So it was very different, very different. It was like, you don't have your family, even you don't have. Like phone was not available at that time. You have to buy cards and call them. So mostly you miss them all you're in your life, like you are having
Mm.
babies or you are sick or you are happy, but it was really hard at that time.
Yeah. Was there also a language barrier or were you used to English medium
Yes,
schools?
actually, I missed one thing. I went to ESL too. My husband
Okay.
sent me, when I just landed here, two things,
Mm.
driving and ESL. Because we can write very well, but it's difficult to speak. Like, we don't now. It's different, but before it was not like that, and especially our English was in British style, so it was hard for me. So I went to like ESL and uh, like few months, and then I got pregnant. So I was busy then with the delivery and all that. So
Mm. Yeah. I can imagine it's a lot to balance. And then you had mentioned a little bit about like your conceptions of the US, like, oh, like New York, California, it's gonna be like this. What were some of those ideas that you had about what the US would be like before you got here?
because I was a big fan of X-Files, so big cars
Mm.
and the beautiful like sceneries and big buildings and everything big. But in Houston, like we were coming back to home from the airport, and I was like, I don't want to go for like like look for the things or to go to the mall. I just want to go home. And they were laughing at me, we are going
Mm.
home. But I didn't know that, home can be that far. So it was like really a shock for me when I came here. It was totally different in my mind, like a New York or maybe California like, but it was different.
Yeah, not so much like X-Files.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you able to find like a Pakistani or Kashmiri community when you came to Houston?
Yes, my husband had some friends and his family, so there were many Pakistani people here. I didn't see many Kashmiri people.
Mhm.
Still struggling. I could find few families, but not much. But there were many Pakistani families, especially the Karachi side. We are
Mhm.
north and they are south, so many families were living here in Houston.
Mhm. And were you able to keep some of your Kashmiri traditions when you came?
Uh, I feel like I am hospitable, and
Mhm.
making Kashmiri food and like get-togethers and like doing all that kind of stuff. So it's almost like Kashmiri and Pakistani culture is almost the same, but not that much, we have our own traditions, we have our own way of living and they have their own way of living, but in between it was good, meeting with people and all that.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really interesting to hear about your immigration experience, especially something so unique as the Kashmiri community is smaller here in Houston. So thank you so much for sharing a little bit about that. And then we'll touch back more on Houston at the end.
Mhm.
But I want to know a little bit more about your career journey. So before you immigrated, did you hold a certain position or work a certain job before you came to the US?
Yes, I told you that I was in teaching. Then
Mm.
when I started, it was with the pre-K. And then, when I was coming here before that, I was working in a school administration. So, I did jobs, but basically in schools. And I was doing my master's too with that. So, uh, just those things. Yeah.
Yeah. And then once you came to the US, so you started going to community college.
Yeah.
What made you decide that you wanted to go back to learning?
Uh, this is a very good question. I think I have a feeling, as I told you, that I did my master's in mass communication. And when I came here, my husband was very supportive too. I will say that, he encouraged me to go and do, and he knew because he did bachelor's and master's from here. So he was very much know the system and all that. So he encouraged me to go back and, do stuff. And it was hard. I had two babies at home, two girls, and it wasn't easy, to go to the class and do, stuff. My in-laws were here too. So it was really, busy schedule, doing all the
Mm,
stuff by yourself, no help, and no family at all. So
mm,
it was like difficult, but I think God makes ways for you.
mm,
So it was like a way for me to get in then later in university, and then I did my degree and all that.
mm. And among all those hardships, were there moments that made you feel like, oh, this is worth it? Like, this is why I'm doing it?
Yes, right now
Mm,
at Rice, I have a feeling that what I did and all the hard work, I feel like it's paid off. And
mm,
I really enjoy. I could never thought that, I could do that. But when I look back, I feel like it's the way to go to Rice, I feel.
mhm. That's really lovely. Comes
Yeah.
around with time sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were some of the differences between like postgraduate education in Pakistan versus here?
It's pretty much at that time, especially maybe things are changed now, but at that time it was very difficult there to go, to do the stuff for especially for girls and um pursuing the degree, especially my degree was in mass communication, so you have to go to the seminars and all that to work with men, and it was little hard to do those things, and Here it's totally different system. We have a British system in Pakistan, so I feel like it's kind of difficult. The way of teaching or how they like teach there, it's different than how they teach in America. So I feel like you're more progressive in this environment than that one.
Would you say one is more collaborative?
Yes.
And how so?
Yeah. Like group projects, or
Mm,
you have to work like together. It's not that in Pakistan you have to remember everything,
mm,
like
mm,
by heart, and you have to write it if you are understanding it or not. But here
mm.
you have to understand and then you have to do it. So it's kind of
Mm.
different thing.
Yeah, my parents say the same thing, so I was
Yeah.
curious about your perspective. Yeah. And then during your time at Texas Southern University, was there any particular projects or research that really stands out to you now that you worked on?
Yeah, actually, at that time I was pregnant too. Actually, two times when I was in my university, I had another boy, and then when I was in my final year, I had again another boy. So I was going to school in my pregnancies, and then after delivery and all that. So my memories are a little bit,
Mm,
not that good at that time. But we did a different kind of like I participated in Obama's campaign,
mm,
and we used to call to different cities, and that was a very different experience for me. Like I enjoy more elections here now because I know the system and everything. So it was quite, sometimes when you call them, they were like happy and they will talk to you. The other way, they're just upset. So it was very, good experience for me, understanding this all process of elections and all that.
mm. Were you politically involved back in Kashmir or Pakistan as well, or is that something you started getting
Yes,
involved
yes.
with here? Okay.
No, no, no. I was actually still I am involved there, as your parents
Mm,
will be like that we are still involved in Pakistani politics too. But you have to know the system. You have to be part of it. Otherwise, you can't learn. So I feel like in Texas Southern, the first-hand experience with everything, it was, great. Like all the people were very helpful, like especially I was having babies and all that. So they just guided me a lot, and I learned so much. And practically, we were involved in different projects and doing things together, and a lot of learning.
mm. And now that you're at Rice, what does the average day in your life look like?
Uh, I am like busy so much because it's like they have different seminars and conversations and all that, in Baker's Institute, they're always busy. And I love all that events. I want to attend that, and I'm enjoying it. It's another experience. I will say everybody is very helpful. Like when I was going to school again, it was really hard, studying with my kids' age people. But everybody was very welcoming and helpful, and all the professor, they acknowledge you, appreciate you, and make you participate in everything. I always tell my husband that this is the best thing I have ever did in my life. Yeah.
Wow, that's super lovely to hear. Sounds so rewarding.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenging things about your field here, though, at Rice?
At first, I will say that I was more afraid or scared that, how I will do that, because I took a break like between my career, like for my kids. I was stay-at-home mom. I volunteered in different, schools with my kids, and different organizations. But going back to school and at Rice, it was too much pressure for me.
Mm,
But first semester was very hard, like uh, I will say that it was for me in my mind it was like difficult. And now I think about it, it wasn't difficult, but you know how the like for myself it was like hard coming back to school at this age, especially you know telling them you know you are a master student, not not a professor here. So, but you know everybody was very helpful. I had a great experience here.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a big adjustment, but you sound like resilience is in you, so you were able to do it.
Yeah.
Um, and then kind of going off that theme of like resilience and ambition, what do you aspire to do once you complete your master's program in global affairs at Rice?
Yes, I just want to. I think you have read in my resume too. I'm also doing social work in Pakistan, and I am working for my company too. And for social work, I was like more interested because of my mother. She had very hard life, and it's very difficult for women to take care of their home. Like they don't have education, and so we just started skill centers for women. And now I just want to do something more. So I want to know that how governments they, you know, work together and how we can do more projects there. So my aim to join uh, United Nations, but let's see how things go.
Yeah, I think that's a lovely goal. And then with your involvement with social work, can you tell us about your role with the Zainab Khatun Farhat Welfare Foundation?
Yes, actually, this is also my name. My mother's name is there too. Like we have a family there, and she's doing for her mom, and I'm doing for my mom, and we are like arranging different programs there. Especially, we did just did scholarships for young kids and different kind of you know the skill centers like okay, I am in their board of directors, and also I provide like funds or making decisions like what to start now. Like I just started I scholarship for the kids actually with the name of my grandmother, because as he opened the first school, girls' school there, so we have just started that scholarships for kids every year.
And did this role start before you moved to the US?
Yes, we have started like I think it's 6 years now, 7 years.
Mhm. So how has your role changed since moving to the US, and what have been some of the challenges trying to do work kind of overseas?
It's very hard actually. I was looking for someone for many years. I wanted to start after doing my first degree in sociology, but it was hard to find the right people. It was find you know hard to find the locations and how to help people. So because she's there, she's helping a lot with me. You know, she knows people there. She know how to you know organize everything. And last year I went there, so we opened that Women's Skills Center. So I actually did the inauguration for that. So it's hard, you know, this knowing the system, it's very difficult, you know, there cultural barriers. Sometimes, you know, I'm more American now, I feel like, you know, sometimes I say things, they say, no, 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 it can be applied here. So it's like it's hard, you know, without any help. Yeah.
What are some of your hopes for this foundation?
I think big. I just want to start more programs, you know, especially for kids and for women. But let's see how things
Mm.
go. I'm also, you know, I worked with my son for stuttering camp in Pakistan. So he stutters, so he wanted to do something. So with UT Austin, we just I had a camp in Pakistan last year, and now planning to do it right now in December. So let's see how things go.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that actually.
Yeah.
So, how did UT Austin support your international work? How did you kind of bridge
Yeah,
that?
actually, my son, he just talked to Courtney, and she's a dean there. And we then find someone, in Pakistan, and then my son coordinated everyone, but he's a minor. He's a senior in high school now. So
Wow.
I went with him to UT Austin. We got training. Then we went to Pakistan and we arranged that. And we found some people there, therapists, everyone. So it was a great camp for 5 days. It was amazing experience. And we had just two girls in the camp, and that was like not that good because we want girls and boys both in that camp. So let's see. I will work more now towards that. Yeah,
It's an incredible first step. Like, I really commend your son for being able to do that so young, also.
yeah.
It's very
Uh,
impressive.
he is very brave. He is
Mhm.
very actually brave, and this camp is it's a new research and it's amazing for stuttering people. So he's part of that camp now. So like this year, we also went again to get training and all that. So I always go with him wherever he goes.
That's amazing. And it's not just like a one and done thing, like, it's a long-lasting effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just going off more about your interaction with global affairs, could you tell us a little bit about what you've done with the Middle East Center internship role?
Yes, we are doing research on Afghan people, how like media is portraying them, like in Pakistani media. So we are working to collect all the news and see, in Pakistan things are very hard nowadays with the militarization and all that. So it's very hard to find the real news and all that. So we are collecting that and working on that one with Middle East Center.
Mhm. So, what advice would you give someone pursuing research and academia like you have?
Yeah, I will say this is the best thing actually. It's for my knowledge, I'm from Pakistan, but still, I don't know many things, what is happening there and how, things are happening there. With this research, it was eye-opening for me. So we, sometimes neglect many, many things around us and don't put that much attention. But then later, these things like when these F1 people they moved in 80s, and we like they were neighbors to us, and it was like they were neglected and all that. But I never, understand at that time. But with this research, it was eye-opening for me. It's how
Mhm.
hard their life is, even in Pakistan.
Mhm. So, research has informed a lot of the social work that
Yes.
you do? Yeah. Mhm. And then going back to something you had mentioned before, when you had taken off time from your career in academics, you mentioned volunteering. Can you tell us about some of your volunteering roles, like
Yes,
especially with
I
the
was.
Fort Bend ISD? Yes.
Yeah. Maybe you know the yes table that
Mhm.
we have to do for the high schoolers. It's a program where you can volunteer in different, institute, different places. So I used to go there and just, pursue them to do volunteering. So it was a great experience, very nice kids. And, when my kids were like young, I was always afraid of high schoolers, how they will be. But doing that work with them, it was a great experience actually. Yeah,
I think
also
you're
I did in elementary and middle schools too in different programs. Sometimes it's a story time, sometimes it's a science projects in different areas.
Mhm. Yeah, I was gonna ask if you thought that being a teacher previously had kind of affected the choice to pursue these roles.
Uh, Sorry, can you ask again?
Yeah, like, did your background in teaching when you were a lot younger, um, like kind of motivate you to find
Yeah,
more
that's
of
right.
those
Yes,
roles?
yes. And especially, I just love kids so much. So I really love to volunteer. I did many years actually, volunteering in, I have 4 kids. I volunteered in all of their schools. So it was a good experience to giving.
Are there any other organizations that you're a part
Yes,
of?
for I did for Ford Bend Foundations too, but it was hard for me to go like in the evening time. They have different kind of like programs in the evening, but I normally do whatever it's in the morning time. So when kids are in school, so I can go and attend that. So we used to write thank you notes. We organize different events in Fort Bend County.
Mhm. Yeah, and now moving on to family life a little bit. It's already come up, but how close would you say you are with your children, and do you think they follow in your footsteps?
Uh, my kids. I think they just follow their, parents' footstep. I feel like uh, they are very hardworking and very good in studies and very motivated.
And what sorts of values do you emphasize to them?
I just want to keep them, Pakistani or Kashmiri values too, and being a Muslim, like mixed in American values too. I'm not that, that close-minded. I just want them to be as like a good person, American, and be a productive, in for the society.
Mhm. And what are some ways that you keep the culture alive with them?
We have like different kind of like we have Ramadan, so we have iftar parties for people. They invite their friends. Now they can arrange. My daughter was in UT Austin, and she did last year a iftar for 20 people at her like apartment. So I was really impressed. And also for Eid, like we get together and have parties. The kids wherever they are, they come back to home.
Mm, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And what are some of your hobbies and interests?
I feel like I love cooking.
Mm,
I'm a good cook and I got it from my mom. And also like reading books and going out. I just love traveling and watching Indian movies and Pakistani dramas. So that kind of things.
mm. Where are some places you've enjoyed traveling, maybe outside of Pakistan and
Sorry,
Kashmir?
can you ask again?
Yeah, where do you like to go traveling?
Yes, we go like every summer or winter. We plan to go different places with all of us, like 6 people, travel together. It's not easy, but it's interesting. Like we like went to Europe, different places like Turkey, uh, Pakistan, obviously.
Hmm.
Wherever we go, like we go to Pakistan almost every year, and. In America, different places, different cities. Yeah.
How often are you able to go back to Pakistan?
Almost every year.
Mm. Have you
Yeah.
been able to go back to Kashmir as well?
Yes, yes,
Uh,
because my mom's grave is there, so I have to go there. Yeah. So it's a very, beautiful place to go. If you heard about it or not. So my kids, they love to go there. Yeah, it's a valley and it's mountains, rivers, a beautiful place.
Yeah, I've only seen it in pictures, but it's always been somewhere I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
food that I've seen also looks really good there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to the second part of the interview where we just talk a little bit about identity and perspectives. So
Mhm.
the first question is just how do you identify yourself ethnically?
I will say I feel like Kashmiri,
Mm-hmm.
American. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about the label of like South Asian? Have you encountered that here?
Uh, Actually, I am from the area that is big in like South Asian people.
Mm,
I haven't seen any bad experience here with that because there are many and people are very adjusted with, different kind of South Asian people.
mm,
So yeah, it wasn't like that bad in my area. Yeah.
mm. So, do you think the tension between Pakistani and Indian culture that might have existed before, have you seen that it's lessened?
I don't think so in between Pakistani or Indian. No, no, no.
No.
We are just friends here.
Mm,
Actually,
mm,
my kids, they all have like Indian friends more than
mm,
Pakistani friends. I think when I came here, actually in Pakistan, it was different.
mm,
But in America, when I came here, everything was same, except
mm.
maybe sometimes not religion, but mostly we have the same food, same clothing, same, jewelry. Everything is same.
Yeah, there's a sense of common
Yeah.
experience there, even though it's different when we go back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when and where do you feel most at home?
First 10 years, I will say, whenever I went to Pakistan, I felt like that was a home. But now, with my kids and all that, I feel like it's my home. I feel comfortable here and I enjoy it.
Mm. What do you like most about Houston?
Houston, I love Houston now.
Mm,
Like I told you at first when I came here, it was hard. But with time, it was very nice place to live. It's more like Pakistan too, like big houses, open houses, and like culturally, we have everything here. We can go to mosque. We have like all kind of cultural activities for kids. It's almost the same cultures, people living here, and it's a great experience.
mm. Were there any times where you felt it was hard to embrace your identity, or you always found little ways to find
Actually, at
home?
first, I told you like first 10 years, I feel like
Mm,
that I think I was more like that, hesitate.
mm,
If I could have, involved more, maybe at first it was like for difficult. Like my older one, she is always telling me, Mom, you were very hard to me. But, the reason is we were like, I was learning from her too when she was going to school. Now I am so relaxed, Mom, you won't believe that. She's like, now I have to, train your kids. But the thing is, like, uh, because of her, I understand the system. Like, if there is a Halloween, there's a Christmas, how to
mm,
celebrate it, how to be a part of it. So, I really appreciate her always that, you were my teacher all my life
mm,
here because I was learning from you that it's not
mm,
hard. It's easier to, get involved and be a part of the system.
That's such an interesting perspective. Like, would you say there's almost a culture exchange between you and your kids where you give them like
Yeah,
Pakistani and Kashmir culture and they give you American culture?
yeah, that's right.
That's very interesting. Because even though you came first here,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very cool. Um, and then just thinking broadly about your life in general, what's something that you're most proud of?
I feel proud of myself too. Like I told you that I had very tough childhood, and coming to America, it was hard too for me. Like I don't have family here till yet, except my husband and now my kids. But I will say that I'm blessed to have like my kids. They are very, hardworking, and they are very like a very empathetic, nice people. So
Mm,
I feel very good, when I see them, and like what I'm doing right now for myself. I really enjoy that, and I love that.
mm. What are your hopes for them in the future?
I just want them to be happy
Mm,
and enjoy their life too. They have many privileges here, and I didn't do any difference between boy or girl, which we had to face in Pakistan. So uh, there is open, everything for them. So they should embrace everything.
Mm. I think that's one of the best gifts you can give. What are some things that maybe you think we take for granted in America? Because I feel like your concept of like educational equality might be one of them.
Many things actually.
Yeah.
I always tell my kids say thank you, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard life in Pakistan. Still, they are like poverty or like for kids' education, like kids like child labor or these many kids they don't go to school. So I take them to Pakistan and I show them, how life is there still. And they should be thankful, they have all the privileges and best life. They do what they want to do. They have opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, definitely. And do you see yourself like really continuing your work in Kashmir? Like, would you ever go back?
it's hard to go back because, now we are settled here and it was
Mm-hmm.
very hard to, settling here after like many years. But the thing is, like, it's now hard to go back.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same process, like what we suffered at that time. Now we have to do it again. So I will go there for help out and if we can do anything else, but not for like long term or because, our kids are here. So uh,
Right.
now,
And you mentioned how Houston is home now.
yeah, so also like I told you that during pregnancies I don't have any family or anything, so I feel like now my kids they need my support,
Yeah.
still like we are here, so we are here to help them.
Mm-hmm. I guess what are your hopes for maybe Kashmir and Pakistan? Because I know you still have work there, even though you might not be going back there.
Yeah, it's a slow process, like people the things are changing there, but it's very slow. Maybe 100
Mm-hmm.
years. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure, but like if nobody will do anything, help them out, and especially in education and poverty, it will be very difficult for them to, recover from that.
Mm-hmm. And what are your hopes for Asian American communities in the US?
I have great hopes for them. They are enjoying their best. Believe me, we are having like our kids like enjoying this system, education, and growing to like my daughter. She just graduated. She just got job right away. Like these things not possible in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm. And if your children watch this interview in the future, what's a message that you would give them?
I just want to tell them I love you a lot
Mm-hmm.
and be happy. Just help each other and other people too. Be empathetic and say thank you all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. And then one more question is if you could go back in time to tell your younger self something, what would that be?
It's a good question. I will say, don't worry. Everything will happen, but it has time. So I feel like I was too, uh, into like doing quickly things, but I feel like when time comes, everything, happens. So just
Mhm.
there is no need for anxiety or tension or depression or anything.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed all these different themes that you've shared with us of resilience and love and ambition. I think it all speaks very clearly to your character, and it's been lovely to learn about you. Um, is there anything else that you would like to add in this interview that we haven't covered yet?
Um, I think it's almost, you have covered. Actually, I have two daughters like your age, so I really love to talk to, girls or kids. And thank you so much. I really enjoyed my conversation with you.
Okay, I'll stop the recording here then. Thank you so much.